Sorry, I had to change something on the streaming, but I'm back now, and hope you guys are okay. It's in the morning in some other countries, or some countries it's in the afternoon. Here in UK, it's 2 a.m., 11 minutes past 2. So we just passed my bedtime. So I'll be going to bed really soon, and I'm just here for a few minutes. And those who sent me a message when I came on, I would just want to say hello, guys, and I love you very much. So I had to cut myself off of Restream. So I'm just here to talk about racism, the global fight against racism. I'm just gonna look at the struggles and change around the world. Um, uh, the fighting against racism and in our communities, and racism remains a really really major problems in our community for individual and communities as well. So I'm going to actually take a look at the comprehensive look at the struggles against racism around the world, and including the current state of affairs, the historical contents, and some of the initiative aimed at combating this social ill. And from the police brutality in the United States and the other countries, I know uh, George George Floyd's story made a really really it upsetted loads of people around the world. But that's just the story that we got to see. We never, there are some stories as well that we never really got to see, that involves racism. And so that's the reason why I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna be raising awareness for a few minutes and go to sleep. So back to the topic, we never really got to see other stories, but uh, George Floyd's story, actually it shocked the world, how things happened, and the police's job is to protect our children, is to protect our community, but things didn't look the way people expected to, and he died basically. And there are some people in other countries that have died. We never got to see how they died, but there are some people who have died through racism. And in additional, several countries have implemented affirmative action policies that aim at increasing the diversity of promoting equal opportunities for marginalized groups. These include quotas for women and minorities in political and cooperative positions, as well as policies aimed to reduce discrimination and education and employment as well. So there are some people out there who are raising awareness. There are some companies who have taken action regarding protecting their staff, which is good news. And there are some people that have zero policies of racism, which is good news. It's not all bad, but it's still a big major problem in our society, racism. And how can we challenge this? How can we actually raise awareness? I know that there is a slogan, Black Lives Matter, and they've created that a foundation to help people uh, freedom, to raise awareness, to give freedom to our Black community. But is racism really all about Black people? And I'm sure that there are white people as well who are experiencing racism, and they suffer in silence. But mostly in our Black community, it is a big problem. So how can we solve this? How can we actually solve this? I think it's an individual decision. People can make their own decision. People are entitled to, when they look at, like myself, I'm black. When they look at me, they're entitled to their opinions. But as long as those opinions don't hurt me, it doesn't matter, because I'm proud of the person that I am, or being black. It doesn't bother me. Uh, God created us to live freedom, to live here on earth, to have hope in life, to have faith, to love one another, to create opportunities that can help black and white community. He never said, um, when he created the earth, he never said white people and black people need to fight against each other. But unfortunately, um, our ancestors, they've experienced um, racism, they've experienced slavery. And how do we tackle this? Just by raising awareness of what is going um, on earth. We can raise awareness for our future generation, for our children, because our children, they're the ones that suffer the most. I just forgot it just before I came online. I wanted to show you guys the note. Somebody sent me a note a few months ago in my office, because my office address is on the website. And so they wrote a note. I hate black cunt. So they sent that note, and then it came through, and I took it to the police, and the police were not able to actually find the fingerprints, because the person that actually sent the note, they were really, really smart. And so it's kind of those things that somebody will actually see you on social media, or go to your website, and they see your color. Actually, they judge you by your color. It didn't upset me, but it actually, because of the address where I live, and my home as well. My home is not far from the office as well, and I have children as well. So that's why I was like, I need to report it to the police. But it made me realize that actually there are still people out there who wants to destroy people, who discriminate people because of their color. And I'm sure this guy actually rang me as well, because he did speak to me. I was like, looking for a match, and then I spoke to him, and he was like, I hate black people's accent. And I was like, hallelujah. And he was like, can I speak to the owner of the company? And I was like, yeah, sure you can. And it was like, it passed me through, please. And I was like, you are speaking to Nomsa. And I was like, I hate black people. And it was like, if I do join your company, would you, can you give me a white person to actually work with me and help me? And I was like, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to take your money, because I'm black and I'm proud of who I am. So I completely said no. It didn't matter to me, because I'm proud of who I am. So people do experience it. Those kind of issues, they do exist. So how do you move forward when somebody has dreams, like our children? They have dreams, and they go out, they get dressed and go out and wear hoodies. When they, whether white or black, when a boy is outside, boys are outside, like teenagers, when they're outside wearing hoodies, people seems to think they're criminals. I'm in the neighborhood. I've joined the neighborhood website where people talk. Sometimes there were times where somebody put a message like, "Have you seen the boys hanging around wearing hoodies and stuff?" They were very, very suspicious, and I was like, get alive. Wearing a hoodie, it doesn't mean that I'm a criminal. I love wearing hoodies, it's a style. And even white teenagers, they like wearing hoodies. But unfortunately, when it comes to the police, if you are wearing a hoodie and those trousers, I don't know how they call them, hanging, so they stop them because they believe that um, there's something wrong with that. But I think somebody can actually, if you want to raise a voice, you can speak for our next generation, and our children need to know that they are protected. They need to know that they can be safe. They need to know that there's a hope for them to grow up and be free. And they need to know that there won't be any struggles when it comes to them being black or mixed race. Because when you're mixed race, that means that you come from a black background and white background. Some children get judged by that. Um, is this how we want to actually live in our society, with fear, with shame? So I have to be ashamed of who I am. I have to live in fear of who I am as a person, like um, coming here on social media. Do I really need to be ashamed? Do I need to live in fear? So you guys can actually, if you want to raise your voice, you can raise your voice, and against the struggles of racism. It's an ongoing one, and there is no easy solution. And raising awareness and speaking about it and implementing policies. There are some companies, like I said before, they've implemented policies, big organizations in politics, and there are some programmed charities as well who are raising awareness, who are promoting equality. But if you are out there and you feel that you want to raise a voice, you can raise a voice by speaking up against the racism. We can all play a role in our society, and it is up to us all to actually rise up and work together to create a more tolerant and exclusive world, a world where everyone is free, where everyone can actually be who they want to be, whether white or black. So that is me today, guys, and I am going to bed. I am so tired, really, really tired. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. UK time, and live with grace, and God bless you.